What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm Warren Thompson, and many of you might have heard that Marvel Studios is seemingly canceling their appearance for Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con this year. However, I am not 100% convinced that this is entirely true. It's probably true. However, I still believe there is a chance that Marvel Studios will be attending San Diego Comic-Con this year and will be doing their Hall H panel. But at the same time, Marvel Studios is making some pretty big changes to not only the multiverse saga, but how they're doing things internally as well. Plus, not to mention the writer's strike that is happening right now. There's a lot of things affecting not only Marvel Studios, but the movie and television industry in general. However, with this supposed cancellation of Marvel Studios attending Hall H, a lot of people are talking about Warner Brothers and DC Studios having a massive presence at San Diego Comic-Con this year. So clearly, even with everything going on, it is still very possible for Marvel Studios to attend. But we'll break down everything that you need to know in this video. And if you want to stay up to date on Marvel and DC, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you leave a comment, you're entered in our giveaway for a chance to win an Xbox Series X, a PlayStation 5, Marvel Legends items, or some DC items. The winner gets to pick one item, and we pick a winner at the end of each month. All you got to do to enter is subscribe and leave a comment. So this report of Marvel Studios not attending San Diego Comic-Con's Hall H this year is coming from The Wrap. I'll just read what they wrote on their article online because it is a super quick read. They state, after making a big splash at Comic-Con in 2022, Marvel Studios will skip Hall H this year, The Wrap has exclusively learned. Now, right away, what's kind of interesting about this is they don't really say how they learned this. They don't say they spoke to somebody at Marvel. They don't say they have a source at Marvel that told them this. So we don't know what their source is on this. Marvel Studios did not officially tell them exclusively that they are skipping out on San Diego Comic-Con this year, or else they would have stated that. So right away, that gives me just a tiny bit of hope that Marvel Studios could still be attending. But The Wrap is a pretty big outlet, and they do have sources that do give them some insider information, so we'll assume that it is canceled for now. But even reading more into this article, there is still a little bit more hope. It continues to state Marvel will, however, have a presence on the convention floor. The studio, which has always given convention goers flashy first looks at upcoming movies and shows, currently has multiple productions on pause due to the ongoing writer's strike. The productions currently on pause include Blade, Thunderbolts, Daredevil, and Wonder Man. They continue to state the writer's strike, along with a potential strike by SAG-AFTRA, is making it tough for studios to show up to the annual convention without product and performers to promote their projects. If the SAG-AFTRA is unable to reach a deal on new labor contract and orders a strike, actors would not be able to do any promotional work for their films and TV shows as part of the labor stoppage. SAG-AFTRA could order a strike anytime after their current contract with Hollywood Studios expires on June 30th if a deal is not reached. San Diego Comic-Con is set to take place on the weekend of July 21st. Now, a lot definitely is happening, like I mentioned, in the movie and TV industry. And yes, if this new strike happens, then it will be pretty hard to have a big presence at San Diego Comic-Con because your actors can't show up, which definitely puts a damper on things. And if Marvel Studios is pulling out of Hall H this year, it is probably because there are so many variables. The writer's strike, the SAG strike, the reshuffling of their Phase 5 and Phase 6 schedule, their production for movies and shows being on hold right now. There's a lot of variables that could keep them away, and Marvel Studios could have simply gone, you know what, there's too much that is unsure right now. We are unsure if the strike is going to happen. So as of right now, let's tentatively say that we're not going to show up. However, if the SAG-AFTRA, which stands for the Screen Actors Guild American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, does reach a new deal and doesn't go on strike, Marvel Studios could always decide, hey, we are going to attend Hall H, because that would mean their actors could show up. Typically, Marvel Studios does talk about their latest upcoming movies and shows, and they have the actors from the movies and shows appear on stage and talk a little bit about the upcoming movies and shows. However, a huge part always of Marvel's Hall H panel is the reveal of new projects, future upcoming projects, and we all know that Kevin Feige could definitely do this by himself. Now, at the same time, Kevin Feige is a team player. He loves his Marvel family and seemingly always tries to do what is right. So although we could have a Hall H panel with just Kevin Feige talking about all of these upcoming movies and shows and revealing the entirety of Phase 6, he probably wouldn't want to do that, although it is a possibility. Now there's also the concern that the Fantastic Four cast might not be locked down yet, and based off of what some insiders have said, this was supposed to be a pretty big reveal at San Diego Comic-Con, which is what we were all expecting as well, and really looking forward to. And the latest update with that is Marvel Studios is kind of having trouble with the budget for the cast, specifically the main cast who is going to be playing Mr. Fantastic, the Invisible Woman, the Human Torch, and the Thing. Now, the rumored cast that was supposedly pretty locked down was Adam Driver as Reed Richards, Margot Robbie as Sue Storm, Paul Mescal as Johnny Storm, and Daveed Diggs as Ben Grimm. Now, Adam Driver and Margot Robbie are definitely going to be looking for a big payday there. And from what we heard, basically the cast for these four members right here was going to be around $80 million, which is a huge sum of money. So this is apparently where they've run into a problem. And based off of what we've heard, the cast is not officially locked down yet, but we know that Kevin Feige did want to announce it at SDCC, so this is probably just another one of those things contributing to their decision to skip out on it. Plus, not to mention, last week it was revealed that Marvel Studios did some rearranging and rescheduling of their Phase 5 and Phase 6 slate. The release date for the Marvel stayed the same, and Deadpool 3 actually got moved up, but other projects got pushed back, including Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, which got pushed back an entire year, and the same for Avengers: Secret Wars. It got pushed back a year as well. So there are a lot of factors affecting Marvel Studios' decision to skip out on San Diego Comic-Con. However, if somehow all of these pieces do end up lining up, the writer strike possibly ends, the SAG strike does not happen, and the Fantastic Four cast gets finalized, then there is always the chance that they could decide to attend. And of course, San Diego Comic-Con would absolutely love to have them. Marvel Studios' Hall H panel is typically the event. It's one of the biggest events of SDCC each year. People literally line up for it a day before. They camp overnight in line just to get a seat for Hall H. I will say that I did reach out to my Disney contacts. They did not have any comment for it on whether or not Marvel Studios will be attending. I do have hope that they will be attending. However, we are going to act like they are not for now. That way, if they don't, we won't be disappointed or shocked. So for now, we assume Marvel Studios is not going to attend. There are many reasons for this that we've talked about in this video. And hopefully, since they're not attending, hopefully when everything gets cleared up, Marvel Studios will do some type of event on their own. They've done this before during the pandemic. It's virtual, so everybody can tune into it. Hopefully that is what happens. Fingers crossed on that, because we definitely need an update from Marvel Studios. And of course, if we hear anything else on this subject matter, we'll be sure to update on you. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. Also, don't forget to leave a comment so you can enter the giveaway. We're also on Patreon now if you want to support the channel. We have a website and we have a Discord server as well. And you can always follow us on Instagram and Twitter. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Wolf Wolf.